Now, I'm going to be real with you. It is getting very, very difficult to watch a movie these days. It is very hard to actually find a good movie or binge a good series or actually watch things, like cartoons. Why? Because agenda has become the order of the day. We are beginning to see what's happening in the world seep into our movies. The Twitter world is now seeping into our movie world, and we can't differentiate the two. Now, it is very, very, very hard, and somehow we all have to pull through and pull together to save the world. As one great uncle said, with great power comes great responsibility. And this is why I have now decided to join that force that pushes against these agendas in our movie. So today, a fandom menace has just been born. And who am I? So what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my very first video on Siah's Domain. My name is Siah Ehije Omoze, and I'm a Ninja guy. I'm somebody who grew up watching a lot of movies, watching a lot of series, reading comics, and actually seeing comics and cartoons being turned into movie adaptations. When they first started all this, it was really good. It was great. I'm somebody who grew up watching series like Doctor Who. I've seen a lot of movies as well. I watched Blade. I've watched all of the Marvel characters in cartoons, and I've read the comic, and certainly I am no civilian in this game. Definitely when I'm seeing these things, I just, analyze what's going on, or sometimes I go on and say the script before the actor actually says it themselves. So I'm just that kind of a person who is a movie enthusiast, a series enthusiast, cartoon enthusiast, and I also like the celebrity lives as well. So I love a good gossip too. Anyways, so I'm really kind of vast in that realm. And I really thought with great powers comes with great responsibility. So it's about time somebody else also put a spin on things. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people on YouTube do something like this. It's nothing new what I'm about to do and the things that I'll be doing on this channel, of course. But the thing is, it's also good to put my own spin on things, something different, checking out things from a different perspective. So I just want to start off a community, or I want to continue in the community that others have already started that are pushing for something better. And I know there are some good writers out there, some good screenwriters out there, some good comic writers out there, comic book writers out there. And I do know that some of these people will get to see some of these videos and actually listen to us, whilst others will double down on their agenda and keep giving us crap. I've seen so much crap lately, I just could not hold my silence anymore, and I had to come out here and, start to support the movement of the fandom menace. So I might be the first black guy on the fandom menace, I don't know. So I could possibly be kind of like the Black Panther of the group. So anyways, I'm going to be looking at things like Doctor Who, and I'm going to be giving my opinion about how they've changed the character over the years, how the character's arc has been developed. My favorite Doctor Who, everybody's favorite Doctor Who. I'm going to be talking about how they have now taken that Doctor to become something else and destroyed it. Now, personally, I'm going to mention that I wasn't so against them turning him into a, but it just feels out of character to take a character, a 57 years character that has existed as a man, and you turn them into a woman all of a sudden. Now, I wouldn't mind that, but if political agenda wasn't behind it, then I think it would have made for a very good and interesting spin on the character. But personally, I think they already created a strong feminine character that they could have made a spin-off of from the Doctor's story, and people actually love that character. I personally love that character, and that was Dr. Rivers in that series. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Doctor Who, you might not know what I'm talking about, but that's just one of the examples of things that have irked me in time past. Also, there have been other movies, cartoons that agendas have been pushed so much so that, they have destroyed the fabric of something that would have otherwise been a very good storyline. For instance, one of the most hated characters right now is Captain Marvel, and I do know that Captain Marvel wasn't all that hated when it first started. When they first started the comics, people actually loved the comics. It was a more diverse character, and then when they created the Carol Danvers version of the Captain, I mean, it became something else, and people just weren't going for it. I mean, I don't know what's going on in Hollywood, or as John Talks would call it, Holly weird today, but I mean, it's just kind of crazy. But actually, I do know what's going on in Hollywood today. But in any case, basically everything has turned upside down, and these are things that are really of interest to me, and that I will be talking about on this channel. Also, whatever schemes through my radar, I'm going to be diving into them. I'm going to be talking about cartoons. I'm going to be talking about movies from the 90s, analyzing how good they were and what's missing from today's movies. You know, nobody's perfect, but we can strive and try to be perfect, in my opinion. I'm also going to be diving into one of the biggest movies. There's a lot of spin that we're going to put into it. One of the biggest movies that we have ever seen in recent time. At least I think it's the biggest movie of all time, Avengers Endgame. I'm going to be talking about a lot of plot holes, some of the plot holes that were solved, and some of the plot holes that still remains unanswered today. So a lot of things are going to be going on in the channel, and this is just kind of like my intro to the channel itself. So if you've got anything or any questions that you want to ask as well, you can always leave them in the comment section below. I'm open to anything, and when I say anything, even outside of the movie world, I mean anything. It could be lifestyle, it could be sports even, because I love me a little bit of sports as well, particularly football. Can't blame me. I be Ninja boy. We love our football, or as they would call it in America, soccer.
What kind of games do y'all play in Africa?
Chase the monkey.
No, we play football. I believe you call it soccer.
Oh yeah.
Well, yes, basically that's what it is. I just want to have a talk, you know, sit down, relax in my own domain, as you may call it, you know, and just have a good chat and see what you guys think about everything that is going on in the world today, in Hollywood, in Hollywood, and you know, yes, let's just have fun with the whole thing. You can kind of like understand what the channel is all about, and maybe you will be coming back, but I do hope you'll be coming back, really. So hopefully you can join me for the next video, where I will be analyzing the time heist theory of the Endgame movie. I mean the Avengers Endgame movie, because I'm just a movie theorist, like I said before. And yes, until then, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will be seeing you on the next one, and leave your comments as well. Catch ya.